Diplomacy meets challenge, grit and determination this August as the British High Commissioner to Ghana, Mr. Ian Walker, His Excellency, cycles across Ghana from north to south, covering a distance of over 1,000 kilometers. It's dubbed the Ghana Grand. This adventurous journey seeks to kindle conversations about health, our natural environment, tourism, and so much more, overcoming challenges while raising funds for the plastic surgery and burns unit of our own Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. For 10 days, His Excellency Ian Walker will be cycling through Ghana, interacting with the many extraordinary citizens we have in our country, while making intermittent stops to experience the beauty and warmth of our country, Ghana. Remember, the challenge is not just to cover 1,000 kilometers and more, but also to raise funds for the plastics surgery and bench units of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. So this is what we want to do. If you want to support us, it's very easy. Make sure you dial through the MTN short code *700*9# or follow the prompt and type in the code and donate the Ghana Grant, or through Vodafone. And we have Vodafone Cash as well. 020 it is 7566351, or pay into Cooley, our Standard Chartered account 0100 10 40 60 81. Or you can also follow through our social media handles and account at UK in Ghana. Very easy for you to do so. And make sure that you add the hashtag the Ghana Grand and join news. Well, the Multimedia Group is a proud partner of this initiative, and Kojo Yankson, our own, is with him, has been with him all this while, and is bringing us a wrap-up of days 1, 2, and 3, because remember, we're on the 4th day, and we'll bring you some previews after that as well.
Well, it's been 3 days of adventure, action, and intrigue as the Ghana Grand Tour continues from the northern part of this country all the way down to Accra. Now, day 1 started off rather dramatically as the team came to a surprise halt in the village of Navaruwie because the road, the only road that runs from the Upper East to the Upper West region, was flooded. But that would not stop the team. And they're off. Right, we're off. The 2 riders who are going to make the 1,000-kilometer journey from here all the way to the south of Ghana have kicked off the Ghana Grand right here on the Navaruwie Bridge. Not where they intended to begin, but where Providence brought them this morning. And the 2-hour delay has not in any way deterred the 2 gentlemen as they come up to their very first hurdle. A body of water that comes up as high as their waists. But that is not enough to stop these 2 riders as the authorities work with them to get them across. We have some helpers ready to carry the bikes across the water for them, and so that they can maintain their balance. They had wanted to carry the bikes themselves, but of course they are discovering very fast that it might make them lose their balance, and so a helpful member of the community has agreed to carry the bikes across for them as they wade into the water, bravely into this water, of which depth they are not certain, but no doubt they have every intention of going as far as they possibly can. Security concerns are being raised as they start to make their way across the water, but there is nothing here that is enough to stop these 2 men from continuing the Ghana Grand as it's began right here in Navaruwie.
I'll just keep you. No
and of course, the police and military are here and ready to help them across the water in any way they can. So they are linking arms for safety as they cross the water as a team, so that nobody gets washed away. This is going to be slow but careful work as Ian Walker and his riding companion Joel get escorted by the security forces, security services, across this water created by the flooding of the Bagre Dam. Today, Navaruwie takes its place on the map. Today, Navaruwie becomes the accidental source of a historic journey, which not only highlights the beauty of Ghana, but also the absolute collapse of some of our social systems. This road, as we have learned while we've been here, was given out on contract over 2 years ago to a contractor who has not shown his face here since he won the contract. And as a result, the people of this community find themselves in rocky waters in more ways than one. You can see how deep that water can be unexpectedly in some parts of the crossing. But there is a desire here to support the two riders to safely get to the other side so that they can continue their journey. Their journey, which was to start from Tumu, but Providence pushed it back to Nabaruye. And thank goodness for that, because it has given them the opportunity to highlight a massive social ill that has plagued the people of this community for far too long. Neglect. Neglect in spite of the fact that they are Ghanaians, they are citizens, and they contribute to national development. But National somehow has excluded Nabaruye until today, when Ian Walker decided that Ghana Grand would come through here.
Behind you, yeah, okay.
And hopefully now the eyes of the nation will be on this stretch of road. Less than 100 meters of road submerged in water every time the Bagre Dam is flooded by the authorities in Burkina Faso. Submerged every single time. But today Ian Walker is finding himself waist deep in this water, just like the people of this community have done every single time this dam is flooded. But today Ian has a story to tell, and you are here to witness it.
Brilliant, well done, guys.
Joy News. So there they are, safely reaching the other side of the flooded stretch of the road. Ian Walker
Welcome, thank you.
And
thank you very
Joel
much.
now ready to mount their saddles and continue the journey. As a loud cheer comes up amongst the people, the two of them are now ready to continue their journey. Day two was much more relaxed. We started off from the regional minister's office in Wa, and we took a nice relaxed ride all the way down to Sola, where we stopped at the polyclinic to meet with the district chief executive and a youth group that is keen on keeping the municipality clean. Yeah, come in. I'm here.
Throughout the whole time, I'll fill you off the bike.
Well, that's my day two of Ghana Grand done. We've just come up a hill. We've done a couple of kilometers in the company of the regional minister, and of course we're getting ready now for the full ride to begin from right here at Wa Senior High School. It's been a refreshing, brisk ride, and Ian and Joel are going to have even more of this. From now until midday, they're going to be hitting those pedals really hard. We'll bring you every moment live. Nice one, Ian. Good luck. We'll see you. Yes. Well, we've done perhaps a couple of kilometers together with the regional minister and his deputy, and of course Ian and Joel have taken the lead. But, well, that was quite a brisk ride, wasn't it, Mr. Binsali?
It was.
Yes, and you haven't lost any of your skills.
Not at all.
So tell me, why was it important for you to accompany Ian for a period of the ride?
Well, we think that it's an opportunity for us to tell the world that the Upper West is a peaceful place and that we have tremendous opportunities. When dignitaries of such nature come to the region, it is always an opportunity to sell the region. So we thought it wise to also cash in on the opportunities by joining him. So that is why we have decided to join.
Now, the Upper West region is a very important region in Ghana. You know, at least in the north anyway, you are certainly the food basket of this part of the country.
Yes.
But we've noticed how difficult some of your economic activity can be because of the road network. The one road connecting the Upper East and Upper West, for example, you know, out of commission yesterday because of the flooding of the Bagre Dam. How big a problem is that for you in the region?
Well, yes, our roads are not the best, but the government is doing all it can to fix that. And quite recently, the finance minister announced that some critical roads will be worked on. I believe that gradually all the roads in the Upper West shall be worked on.
We were learning that a lot of the problem with road construction has to do with supervision. You know, that's why we end up with some very poor roads sometimes. What exactly is the plan of you and your administration to ensure that these roads that money has been commissioned to will be built to the best possible standards?
Yes, supervision is quite a challenge. So together with my deputy, we have upped our game. We have indicated to all the technical persons in the region that if a contract is awarded to a contractor, it behoves on them to supervise and ensure that the contractor does what it is expected of the contractor. So we are going to be on the technical people so that they will supervise the contractors to do so that we get value for money.
Part of the purpose of this ride by the Ghana Grand team is to highlight the tourist attractions of Ghana. The Upper West certainly has its share.
Yes.
It's a beautiful place, just riding through it. You can see how nice it is. Tell us, what is the strategy of your administration to ensure you enhance and maximize the possibilities in tourism?
Yes, we have a lot of tourist attraction in the region, but the problem has been that in time past we've not been able to tell the world the potential that we have in the area of tourism. So we have decided to let people know the places that they can visit if they are in the Upper West region. We have the Wana Palace, we have the Gbolus slave wall, we have the mushroom-like rock at Kweleo, we have the Hippo Sanctuary at Wichao, and many others, together with the festivals that we have in the region. So those are things that we have decided to tell the world that if they come to the Upper West, they will see wonders. So what we want to do is to market those tourist places in the Upper West so that people will know about them.
Excellent. Well, no doubt the visitors are going to start pouring in. Mr. Hafiz Binsali, thank you so much for speaking to us. I'll let you go and rest your legs now, you and your deputy. And until the next time we meet.
I'm panting, my brother.
Good job, though. Good job.
Thank you.
Right. Well, that's it. I'm going to pack my bamboo bike into a truck so I can catch up with a very fast riding Ian and Joel. Stay with us.
I can't do. I can't.
Now, on day 3, the bikers didn't actually do any riding, but it was still a very busy day. First, they stopped at the Jakpa Palace, where they exchanged gifts with the overlord of the Gunja people. It was a memorable event which culminated in the honorary crowning of a new queen of the Gunja people.
Great. Thank you very much. Okay, good. Well done.
They shouldn't cross it again. So they fought in the northern sector. They have achieved enough land. And looking around the northern sector, their aim was met because the places were there for hunting and there are fertile land for farming. But the warrior was insisting to fight and cross the Black Volta, and that was where he ended up his life. The king of the Gunjas, Indi Rajappa, ended his life at Bupe, where you are crossing the south to the north. That's the Black Volta. So on the aspect of the spiritual leader, he decided not to settle there. He needed a permanent place to settle all by himself with a few followers. So he moved from Bupe, looking for a location where he could settle. We have the Mystic Stone, which is half kilometer away from here, and that was the first point of settlement. He settled there with the few followers, and realizing that that area is slopey and rocky at the same time, so he could not settle there. There he stood by throwing a spear, promising the spear that wherever the spear landed, that is where he's going to settle. So he threw the spear from the Mystic Stone, and they traced up, and the spear landed at where this current mosque is built. So he came up here to find out that the foundation of this mosque at the black spot was originally there. There was no one who built it. So he came here to realize that this is where God has assigned them to settle. So he asked the few followers to help and build the mosque. They helped and they were building the mosque. And at a point in time, anytime they put an effort, the following day they will come to realize that the mosque will increase by itself. And when, upon consultation with the founder of the Holy Community, he told them that some angels who are always coming to contribute their quota into the house of God. And that is why anytime they put an effort, the following day the building increased by itself. So they have done that till the mosque was fully completed. They were using the mosque for accommodation, at the same time a place for worship. And getting to some time when the generation was growing, they decided building the mad houses, leaving the mosques for congregational prayers. At this juncture, we still use this mosque for every Friday congregational prayers. The whole community will come here to pray. And around the mosque, we have 4 main entrances. We have the main entrance for men, we have the ladies' entrance, we have the muazzin entrance, the one who called for prayers. And then we also have the chief imam entrance. In the olden days, there were no microphones or whatever to call for people. So they have created a room for that, whereby the muazzin will climb at the top. So he can be on the top calling for people to come for prayer. So when they are at the top and he's shouting, everyone will hear it's time for prayers, and they will all come here for prayers. The tree you have seen here is a baobab tree, which have, specific significance for the people of Larabanga. Before the founder died, he promised a few followers that anytime he died, they should bury him around the mosque. And any tree that comes out, they should take proper care of it. It can protect them with whatever they are facing challenges in terms of sickness, in terms of disease, and that kind of thing. So when they bury him here, few years later, the baobab tree grew up there, which the people are taking care of. So at this juncture, we still use this tree to remember the founder of the Holy Community. That is why the tree is here. The leaves are edible. Some point in time, they used to harvest it and divide it. We have 12 clans in the village. They distribute it among the 12 clans, and each clan will prepare a large sauce, and the community will eat it, which will serve as a protection from the founder to the people. And some time past, we haven't got health center here or a hospital here, but whenever they do this kind of thing, they protect the children and the people in terms of any other diseases. Yes, and we also host the oldest Quran in West Africa in Larabanga. That came from Saudi Arabia to Larabanga by itself. it's rather unfortunate that you may not be able to see it. But this Quran is always brought out twice in a year, and the third one when people seek for it. 27th day of Ramadan, they used to bring it out. This Quran didn't come for nothing. After their founder was here, who was only a Muslim, and as he's here, the people around him are not Muslims. He needs to teach the people the Islamic religion. He also needs to teach them the Quran. By then, the Quran in Saudi Arabia itself, there were not many. There were few of them, which was written by hand and piled in 60 chapters, covered with skin and blanket. So while he was here, he needed the Quran. What could he do? He has to pray to God. He has to cry to God. So he was using the mystic stone site as a holy place to pray very hard. And one midnight, he received the Quran at the doorstep of the mosque. So he picked it. While he had seen it, he knows that's the Quran. He picked it and he kept it in the mosque. At the moment, the Quran is not in the mosque, but it has a special place that the community keeps it. This Quran, the day that it arrives here, that is within the Fire Festival. In a month's time, we will be celebrating the Fire Festival in Larabanga. And that is the day they will be bringing the Quran out. All over Ghana, people who heard or hear about it come here to see it and to seek prayers. So they bring it out and then they read it and pray for the country and pray for the world. And then bind it back and take it inside the room. We also bring this Quran out the 27th day of Ramadan. That's another important day. Then they bring it out again, they recite it, and then they pray for the country, they pray for the world, and then they pile it and put it inside. Apart from this, people who are strengthened and they have power and they want to seek protection and blessings from the Quran, they can also come. In that aspect, you have to come with a cow and some amount of money, white coconut, and then white material. Then you bring it to the chief imam and his people. Then they will summon all the readers in the community. They will all come around here, and then they will bring it out. At that time, you can see it again. Then they will pray for you. These are the 3 occasions they use the oldest Quran in West Africa. So, and Larabanga people are known as the Kamara people. These Kamara people, 5,000 to 6,000 people, speaks the language throughout the whole country. The Kamara language comprises with different languages because when the Arab man was here, they were like the people who are around were more than him because he have to learn their languages. So he has bind some few languages who were around him. Most importantly, he was married to a Mamprusi lady. So our language is more related to the Mamprusi and other languages around. So, and it has bind in with Arabic. So, and we call it the Kamara language. So, with this, I would like to welcome you to Larabanga. If you have any question or what I've said and you are not clear about it, you're welcome. But in totality, this is the short, brief history of Larabanga.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was brilliant. How long do we have? I think I have about 100 questions, but it was so clear. But can you say a bit about the symbolism or the importance of the design? It's quite a distinctive design with the way the wood kind of juts out and the kind of pillar type.
Yep.
Features. I wonder if you could say a bit about that. And my other question was Larabanga. The name is quite a distinctive name. Can you say a bit about where the name Larabanga comes from?
Yes. Okay, to answer the first one, I initially said that the founder met the foundation, which was originally there. So the whole structure has taken from the foundation that was laid down. So this area, or we call it the spear house, because that was where the spear landed. So we call this area the spear house. So upon seeing the foundation, they go along with the foundation, how it was structured. But if you see the stakes within, at that time, because the people were not many, they are trying to put something that can last them like many years without getting problems, because when it has a problem, building it will be, or renovating will be a problem.
So that's the action so far on the Ghana Grand Tour. here in this very beautiful place in the Mole National Park. We are recharging our batteries so that we can start cycling once more. Until then, I'm certainly in chillaxing mode, and I recommend it for you too.
British High Commissioner to Ghana, His Excellency Mr. Ian Walker, cycles 1,000 kilometers across Ghana from north to south. Be part of the Ghana Grand, the adventurous journey that seeks to kindle conversations about health, natural environment, tourism, and raise funds for the Kolebu Plastic Surgery and Burns Unit. Support the fundraising call by dialing MTN short code *700 *9#. Follow the prompts and type in the code the Ghana Grand, or Vodafone Cash 0207 566 351, or the Standard Chartered account 0100 104 061 801. Follow at UK in Ghana across all social media platforms for all updates with the hashtag the Ghana Grand. The Multimedia Group is proud to be the media partner.